Mark Rodgers, Persuasion Matters, helping others understand why your way is best. To finish our conversations about the art of persuasive communication, we need to talk about transition statements. So one more time, to recap, ART stands for acknowledging your target's opposition, then responding in an honest and substantive and compelling manner, and then transitioning to the next logical step, moving the conversation forward. For me, transition statements really take on a few different forms. The first is opinion, then commitment. The goal here is really getting an agreement on whatever issue it is you're talking about. And at the same time, you don't want to appear overly aggressive. For some, making a commitment is threatening, and asking for one could be interpreted as being aggressive. Do you want it? Should we go ahead? Would you like to sign off on this now? See, it could be a little intimidating. So the easiest way to overcome that is by asking an opinion question first and engaging your target's demeanor and then deciding how to proceed. The fastest way to ask for an opinion is to simply and casually ask, "So what do you think?" See, everyone has an opinion, and most are champing at the bit to share theirs. So when you ask, "What do you think?" the person you're speaking with will more than likely respond, and they'll respond either in the negative or the affirmative. Now, you have to make sure that you use a pregnant pause after asking, "What do you think?" or you'll be filling in the silence. If you were to say, "What do you think?" and the other person says, "Well, I never thought of the things that you've mentioned. I can see how this idea makes sense." Then you should really move the conversation on towards your commitment. So if someone says, "Wow, I've never thought of it like that. This idea really does make sense," you might say, "Great. If you like, I'll have the purchase order on your desk before the close of business today." Or you might say, "Terrific. Would you like me to tell the marketing group to get the agency started on the campaign?" Or, "Fantastic. I'll have travel make the arrangements and we'll go visit the client next week. What day would you like to go?" Now, notice these are then questions that ask for the commitment. For those of you who are more Philly than Fargo, my way of describing the continuum of assertiveness, you can simply be direct instead of asking. So what you would say is, you would just say, "So I'll have the purchase order on your desk by the close of business today," or, "Okay, would you like to go on Tuesday or Wednesday?" The other way this can go is you may ask, "So what do you think?" And the other person may say, "I don't know, I'm still not convinced." Well, here, you don't want to ask for the commitment because you're almost assured a no response. In this case, you may want to keep the idea alive a bit longer. As an aside, in many organizations, this is key to making your ideas a reality. You just have to keep the idea alive a little longer. So you could say something along the lines of, "Understand completely. Here's what I'm going to recommend. Don't say yes. Don't say no. Just make sure that we both understand clearly what it is we're talking about, and let's be willing to discuss it further." Fair enough? And when presented in that fashion, I like your chances. This acknowledge, respond, and transition model has terrific utility and should be a part of every persuasive skill set. Mark Rodgers, Persuasion Matters, helping others understand why your way is best.